Procrastination is the audacity to believe that you have more time to complete something when the time is now. I think that procrastination is something that trips up even the most productive of people. It's the thing that lurks and whispers and convinces you of the lie that you have more time to do something and that you can do it later, another time. A lie that we continue to perpetuate over and over again as we watch another episode of The Office, scrolling on social media, or filling our time with this bottomless void of dopamine that makes us feel happy for a moment, but fills us with a little bit of emptiness from our avoidance. This amazing book called The War of Art by Steven Pressfield calls it The Resistance. But I found that after many books read, research, binging Matt D'Avella videos, and implementation, procrastination can be defeated if we understand it, suit up, and be ready for it. Because it's coming for you. It's gonna want to pick a fight every single day. But instead of just blocking and blocking and blocking, we're gonna prep. We're gonna be prepared and prep, ready to punch back. Drop a comment below about some things that you struggle with and that you're procrastinating on. For me, I used to be really prideful that I was a procrastinator. I would push everything off and I would say that I was like a master winger. There's been countless times where it has bitten me in the butt later because if I would have gotten it done sooner, it would have helped me out. And then also I found that it just added a whole bunch of unnecessary stress that I did not need in my life, you know? And so I think that handling and taking care of procrastination so that way we can be more organized for the future would just be so much more beneficial and impactful to not only your life, but I can personally attest that for my life as well. Procrastination is gonna just come for you on the day to day. And so it's not only about winning each individual battle, but it's about winning the war. And to understand the battlefield, I have recognized that there are 3 main points to overcoming procrastination. The first one being the start, the second, the flow, and the third, the wind down. I first want to say that the start is the battle that wipes out most of the contenders who step into the ring. It's the wanting, the longing, the knowing that you need to be doing something, but telling yourself that you'll just push it off for another time, or you'll do it later, or you'll do it another day. Getting to that first starting period is so difficult for most people. And it can be challenging because when you see your task or whatever you're trying to do, it can appear like a giant mountain that we have to get over. But it continues to get delayed with the resistance and the lie that we continue to tell ourselves. And it could stem from fear, afraid of judgment, or simply not thinking that we're capable. In the book, The War of Art, it breaks down basic human nature and behavior, the need to aspire and to dream, to have something deep within our soul, deep within us. They call it the genius that every single one of us can tap into only if we have the courage to reach out and grasp it. Could you imagine anything that you ever aspire to do is just on the other side of the mountain that is procrastination? It is so detrimental to so many people, but if you just had the courage to aspire to be great, could you imagine what you could accomplish? And I think that's why addressing procrastination is so important, because with each day that you delay or with each moment that you push off, that's opportunities that you're missed. Those are days that could have gone by that you could have mastered your craft. And so I think it's something that we shouldn't take so lightly. The start is definitely the most difficult because it's something that will be pushed and pushed and pushed away until it may be too late. And something that my dad always tells me is that when we all have this North Star or this star that we strive to reach when we're younger in our youth, you know, we dream of being this when we grow up or whatever that dream is. And he says, like, he always tells me to never lose sight of it because as you grow older, there's always going to be distractions or more important things that come into your life. But if you aren't focused on your North Star, it may be too late when you get older. You may have just missed your shot. I think that's such an important just life lesson in general because you don't ever want to regret like missing it. You don't want it to fade away. And of course, if you have a dream now and you are older, like definitely still go for it because time is still continuing on. But it's some practical things, like if you wanted to be a star athlete or something that required you to build and master it in your youth, you know, like don't sleep on the moment that you have right now to accomplish it. Procrastination is rationalization. And though your excuses may be valid and true and honest, they're completely irrelevant. It's very important to do the work now, unapologetically. But if you're afraid, that's okay. But fear is something that you can overcome if and only if you get started. So you're thinking about getting started, but you're wondering how do I get started over this mountain of things that you want to accomplish or what you want to do? How do you get started? And that also can be broken down into 3 main things, and that's going to be your routine, your time, and start. Routine, time, start. Set a routine with a time limit before you get started. Give yourself time to get into your workflow, state of mind, being prepared to get started. In the morning, that could be having a cup of coffee, reading a book, then setting a list of all the intentions or things or tasks that you have to do for the day, with the most important things first. That can immediately help you with your overwhelm, as tasks aren't ever as hard as we make them out to be. Also, the process of writing things down helps you to see the 1 to 3 things that you have to do, and the less that we store in our mind to repeat and remember, the less stress that we feel, which is all the perfect ingredients for a great start. So, okay, great. You're seated, you're ready to start, you have your list of things that you have to do, and you're ready to work. Let's talk about the flow state. The flow state can be described as the sense of fluidity between your body and mind where you are totally absorbed by and deeply focused on something beyond the point of distraction. Time feels like it has slowed down. Your senses are heightened. Also known as you're in the zone. And this is the goal. And we fought resistance hard enough to get started, but it's just as easy to get distracted, achieving absolutely nothing at all. There have been times and moments where I've gotten completely dressed to go on a run, tennis shoes on, ready to go. Only to scroll for an hour looking for the perfect playlist and completely losing all motivation to go on the run in the first place. But at least I had great music to lay on the couch. And I know that you have your own personal story as well. There have been times where you decide to clean the house, or you decide to make a healthy lunch, or all these different elements that distract you from your work. Like I said, procrastination may be valid. Like maybe you do need to clean your room, or maybe you do need to fill up your car with gas, or whatever random task that is on your list of things you need to do. Procrastination may be completely valid, but at that given moment, the time you allotted yourself to start and work, no excuses are necessary. They are irrelevant, is what I'm trying to really emphasize. Like you can fill your day with a whole bunch of meaningless tasks, but at the end of the day, you'll feel like you did nothing because the important stuff is still there, ready to do. So how do we achieve this blissful flow state? First is to be alone if you can. Isolate yourself in a quiet room. Be in a space with limited people to bump into you. If you work with people, or if you're isolated in your house with a bunch of other people because, quarantine is still happening, I find that headphones really help. Music helps me with my flow. I love a good lo-fi playlist. Usually music with words is very distracting, and so finding a good instrumental playlist, lo-fi beats, I find is really beneficial, at least to me. I've been listening to Autumn Mix 2020, but the Jazz Hip Hop Cafe is really good too. That's free on YouTube. I also do have a fall playlist on my channel. I'll leave it up here if you want to check it out and study to it. I kind of curated it myself for other people like you who just need something fun to listen to during the season, though it is kind of winter now, but it's still great overall. The second thing to help you stay focused in your flow is no phones at all. I think that they're really distracting. Also, no extra browsers. If you are focused on one task, you do not need your Instagram browser, your Facebook browser, your Twitter browser up, or online shopping or anything like that. I think having your screen in full mode helps me limit distractions. I like to study and do any sort of work that I'm doing in my kitchen or on the couch or something like that, and I leave all of my other technology in my room so I don't get any notifications. I put on my headphones and I can just focus on whatever it is that I'm doing. Usually I'm writing a blog or something like that, and that really helps me to focus. Whatever you can do, whether that's just setting your computer or any of your devices to do not disturb, can help your flow so much, because you're just cranking out your work and it's just this peaceful, blissful mode of just getting it all done in a very short period of time. And lastly is the timer method. I personally don't do well with timer period pressures, but it's been proven that it helps when you have 30 minutes of working and then 10 minutes of break, and you get up and drink water or whatever it may be, and putting your elements into timestamps. So if you find that beneficial for you, I think that'd be really great. I think that it could be really beneficial if you find that completing simple tasks takes you a very long time. Like if it's taking you a couple of hours to answer emails when really you know that you can do it within 15 minutes, but because you're customizing it or whatever it is that you're doing, it's taking you a very long time. I think having time stamps in your day or in your tasks can really help you to push through those a lot quicker. Sometimes it can be very easy to get distracted in our tasks and stroke our productivity sensor thinking that we're accomplishing a lot of different things, but really we're just spending a very, very long time on one thing. So setting a timestamp can just really help you stay on track. Okay, you did your task for today, distraction-free and efficiently. Let's unwind and camp for the next day. Congrats, you lived to fight another day. But to win this war, we need to regroup, get more ammunition, and stock our resources. This all aids in our fight for tomorrow. We often fail habits or new things that we're trying to start and give into procrastination because of the systems that we set for ourselves. If we come back tomorrow and everything is a mess, disheveled, it's going to set us back. An example is if you're planning on running and you lay out all of your clothes all neat and nice, you set your alarm, your Apple Watch, you're like ready to go and it's all pristine. The unwind is lowering the resistance for the next day so you have a fresh start with an easy win to glide back into the flow. So you have a nice, fresh, easy start in this beautiful, seamless manner. Me personally, I like to end the day writing a loose outline next to my laptop of the things that I need to accomplish the next day, or maybe some tasks that I didn't finish on, or some personal notes. So once I'm ready to start, I have all of the things that I could do and I can maybe tweak it the next day and it'd be ready to go. In my morning routine, I can make those small edits and then jump into the flow. You're just trying to make it so much easier on yourself so the resistance goes down. It's like frictionless, like it's like butter. And once you have a very clean cycle of organization, procrastination just doesn't exist because it's so much easier to just glide into the flow and to doing. I think that'd be really great. So the unwind, the third section, the unwind is so important for winning the war. But that's the battlefield layout to stop procrastinating finally and to get things done. If you watch this video, it means that you may be procrastinating right now, ready to click on another video. Cut it out. I'm watching you. Cut it out because I know what you're thinking. Do the work. Do the work. You've got a game plan. Start, flow, unwind. Now you've got this. You have the power to stop procrastinating, but only you can do it. So go out and do it. And then come back to this video and comment done when you're done with that thing that you're procrastinating on. But also, like the video, subscribe, all that other fun stuff too. Be sure to share with a friend who may benefit from a video like this. But thank you again for supporting me, my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Good luck. Bye.